All right, so thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. This webinar is building a strong website and social media presence, and it is worth 0.1 CEU credits. So we are a lot of our webinars are accredited by NKBA, so the National Kitchen and Bath Association. We are super proud to have them accredited by them. But again, today's webinar is build a strong website and social media presence. Let's go over a little bit of housekeeping. If you have a question during the presentation, type them into the chat and we'll answer them at the end of the presentation during the Q&A. I do have Taylor on board here, who works with us and does so many amazing things to help our team. She is watching the chat, and if you have any technical issues or have any questions, post them in the chat and then she will help answer them, or I'll answer them in the Q&A. So let's get started. Is your brand positioned online to attract your ideal client? So really think about that. Does it reflect the services that you are offering? So is it positioned online to attract your ideal client? Is your brand positioned online to sell your projects for more? Is your brand positioned online to set your company apart? I want you to really think about all those three things, because they are all three extremely important. If you don't know who you're trying to attract, if you don't know who your ideal client is, if you're not communicating who your ideal client is, if your brand doesn't have that same like look and feel as, you know, the same quality as the projects that you're trying to sell, then you're not going to attract them. So you really have to plan out, who are you trying to attract, and then, you know, make your online brand have that, like, communicate that visually and through the copy. It's so important. Otherwise, you will be losing business and you won't be getting paid for as much. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you don't know us, and this is your first time here, I'm Deborah Scarpa at Home Designer Marketing. And right next to me there is Ashley. She runs all our projects. She is an amazing part of our team. Then we have Taylor online. We have also copywriters, programmers, another designer, another project manager, Stephanie. So we help interior designers transform their brands to get found online, win their dream clients, and work smarter by streamlining their processes. They're all super important in growing your business. Our team guides your business to success with branding, websites, marketing, local SEO, and improving your processes so you can get back to doing what you love. You really have to work smarter these days, not just harder. And I'll tell you a personal story. This month is 34 years in business for me. That's like amazing. That's hard for me to say, but it is. And for many, many years, I just tried to work harder. And I didn't have the systems and processes in place. And I just kept on working harder and harder and harder. And I just ended up working a ton of hours and not really getting ahead and growing my business. It wasn't until I really started focusing on processes and systems and, you know, working smarter, you know, in order to grow the business. It is impossible to grow the business if you don't have those systems in place. That was the lesson I learned. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. And it's so important to me that you understand that, because, you know, I wasted a lot of years doing that, and I could have grown the business so much more efficiently and faster if I had worked smarter with those systems and processes in place. And taking advantage of working with people who like specialize in certain areas, growing your team of A players so you really can, you know, get to that next level. Today's agenda, we'll be going over like how your ideal client searches online. How do they do that? 5 steps to building a strong online brand. We'll be talking about the biggest mistakes people make, how to attract your ideal client, getting found online, and getting paid for more. Getting paid more. So I'm going to go over all those pieces and give you like my recommendations. So again, this is accredited for 0.1 credit, and Taylor will be putting into chat a link to sign up for our free brand website and SEO audit. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, sign up for that. You'll fill out a form. After you fill out a form, you'll be prompted to schedule a 30-minute meeting with me. In that meeting, I'll be going over your audit. It's huge value, and we really try to educate you on what needs to happen in order for your business to get to that next level. And we offer that for free because, you know, you don't know what you don't know. It's important to get educated on what needs to change, and so you can take that next step to, you know, make that change happen. So let's just talk about the steps to building a strong website. It takes multiple like steps in order to really have a strong online brand that tells your story, attracts your ideal client, helps you get paid more, right? It takes multiple elements. So I'm going to go through each one of them. One is brand positioning strategy. So if you don't try to figure out who you're trying to target and think about that as like, you know, how are we going to position your brand? What, you know, who are they? How can we create a brand that's going to communicate to them that you are the perfect fit for them? Compare, like, instead of a competitor. So step 1 is the secret sauce. If you're not doing strategy, like if somebody came to me and they're like, can you write me copy and can you design a brand, but I don't want to do strategy, I would have no idea. Like, I would have no idea what to write. Or even though we specialize in interior designers, sure, I could do something very generic. Is that going to get their ideal client? No. Is that going to get like them, help them get paid more by offering like a lot of value that's unique to them? No. You know, so I don't believe that it makes sense to do things if you're not doing them right. So how can you get the most out of every single thing that you do? Definitely brand positioning strategy is the key. That is the secret sauce. That helps us with step 2, which is the copywriting. Because like I said, if we don't know, you know, about you, what type of services you offer, what's unique to you, what are the special, like, what is your superpower? You know, what are you really good at that maybe your competition is not? What is all that unique value that you're offering to them when you're working one-on-one with them, with your clients? I want to know that story. I want to be able to tell that story. Step 3, logo and website design. So again, brand positioning strategy helps us with the logo and website design. Are you targeting, what type of clients are you targeting? What look and feel is that? Are you like a farmhouse style? Are you a traditional style? Is your style like New York, high-end luxury, super moody? I don't know. That's how come we need to have that strategy and have a conversation with you. Just the same as you guys trying to design, it's like if you're trying to design a room or a kitchen for somebody without having a conversation with them and expecting great results, it's just not going to happen, right? You have to have that conversation. You have to have that strategy as the first step, or discovery process, whatever you want to call it. For SEO, we don't believe SEO helps Google. Tell Google, what you're offering with keywords. We don't believe it makes sense to do anything on your website without doing SEO, whether it's building the website, whether it's adding images to the website, whether it's adding blog content to the website. Unless you are strategically picking your keywords based on who you're trying to target, and then writing them into the content or adding them into the programming of the website, like, it doesn't make sense. If you're already there doing it, why are you not trying to, you want to be getting as much visibility as you can for every single thing that you do for your website. So you want to be optimizing it. So step 4, absolutely a must. Step 5, website programming. So website programming is always getting more complex. It needs to be like security. It needs to have security. It also needs to be programmed correctly for SEO. It also needs to be programmed correctly so it shows up on all types of devices. That's super important. And then ongoing marketing, absolutely constantly need to be working on your online brand, and your business online, like marketing. Even if you could be working with somebody monthly. If you can't be working with somebody monthly, then even every couple months, every quarter, getting, your new work up on your website, up on social media, maybe out to an email list, getting it on your website, using SEO keywords to get the most visibility. Tell Google, who you're trying to target with those keywords so you can get those clients. So let's talk a little bit about how your ideal client is searching online. Think about when you're going out to a restaurant to eat and you're doing a search and you're putting in Italian restaurant near me or Italian restaurant in a certain location. People are looking for your services the exact same way, where they're putting, interior designer near me, interior designer in a certain location. They might even put in kitchen designer near me, or kitchen interior designer. There's so many different keywords based on what you're selling that people could be using that. So they're going to be searching, whether it's on their phone, on a desktop, laptop, iPad, it doesn't matter. They're going to be searching. The next step is they're going to be looking right here to see how many Google reviews everybody has. Google reviews have become more and more important. So they're gonna do a search, they're gonna look down the list of who is close to them and who has the best reviews. They're gonna open up and look at the top websites. Maybe they're gonna pick 3, maybe 5 websites. They're gonna open up those websites. And then they're gonna just skim through the top of those websites, and they're going to count, like everybody has super short attention spans. So, they're going to stay on your website for maybe 3 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, like 1, 2, 3. Do I stay on the website or do I click the tab to close it? So that's how much time you have. They're not going to go scroll down the page. They're not going to go to the inside pages unless, like, they're going to go 1, 2, 3, just like if you went to a restaurant website, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that food looks really good. Nope, it doesn't look good. Like, that's how quick people are making decisions. So your website, getting found in Google is super important with SEO, but then the next step is, having your website have that look and feel, have the right messaging, so in those 3 seconds, they keep your website as one of the ones that they are interested in. So again, for prospect decides who to contact based on your website, messaging, images, call to action, think about how fast people are making that decision. And I can tell you, people are searching online for like somebody to help them with large projects. We have clients that are getting large projects from people searching online and finding them that way. So if you're thinking that your clients aren't searching online, they are. Now, or, they're also validating your company online, where even if it's a referral, they're going to go check you out online. They're going to check you out on Instagram. They're going to look at your website. They're going to validate that you're the right one. And they're probably going to be looking at other designers too. That's just, we're programmed more than ever, especially since COVID, to be looking online. So let's talk about step 1, brand positioning strategy. We'll talk about that. Brand positioning strategy, some of the biggest mistakes, not doing strategy, right? I want you to, I know that sounds really basic, but if you're expecting somebody to write copy and do a website without doing strategy, you're not going to be targeting your ideal client. Like, you really need to know, or setting yourself apart. Being online, having your website online, just online marketing is very competitive. You need to stand apart. You need to, you guys are designers. You need to look beautiful. You need to have the right messaging. You need to have a strong brand online, just as strong as the work that you're delivering, just as beautiful also. Brand positioning strategy, how it attracts, attracting your ideal client. Position your online brand and content to attract your ideal client. So the look and feel of your online brand, the copywriting, everything is going to be a little bit different based on who you are targeting. The story is different. It needs to be unique to you. So how brand positioning strategy, get you found online. So position your website's copy and keywords to attract your ideal client. So again, Google can read the keywords, read the copy. If the keywords are targeting like the right keywords. Now, keywords, you shouldn't be just guessing. You should be, researching the keywords and knowing what keywords your ideal client is using to search with. Like we use an SEO tool, SEMrush, to look up like what keywords people are using most. And then the copy also helps you get found. How strategy helps you get paid more. So position your online brand to build trust and tell your unique story. So if your online brand like looks professional, is beautiful, reflects your work that you do, and has the right type of messaging to attract your ideal client, you're also going to get paid more. Copywriting. Some of the biggest mistakes with copy is copy focused on your own company. It's not that you can't have some copy focused on your company. It's having copywriting focused on your company that comes first. So think about copywriting as having a conversation with somebody. If I started the conversation and it was, oh, I've been in business for so long and I've won so many awards and blah, 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 all about me, you would be, if I started a conversation with you like that, you would be like, oh my gosh, I am done with her. I don't want to talk to her anymore. She's really self-centered. She doesn't care about me, right? So if I start the question, the conversation like, asking about your project, like, tell me a little bit about your project. What are you hoping to accomplish? Like finding out more about their project, and then what problems are they trying to solve? Like, are they having issues with the functionality? Are they, did their kids all leave the home and now, they want to upgrade the furniture? I know this sounds funny, but like, we upgraded our furniture in our house when we no longer had a cat in the house, right? So, whatever the reason is, really make sure that your copy is focused on like the problems that you're solving, the solutions. And then later in the conversation, when they're interested in working with you, that's when you can help bring in some of the copy about your company to help build trust. Okay, now that you're interested in working with me, I've been in business for this long. I have this much experience, that will help build more trust once they're already interested in your services. So copywriting, attract your, and how it helps attract your ideal client. So create copy that communicates who you want to work with, so your ideal client understands you specialize in helping people like them. You want them to come to your online brand and identify like, wow, I love that. That's exactly what I want. That's how you want them to feel. And then, with messaging, the whole brand, copywriting, and helping you get found online. So write copy that communicates to Google that your website is the best solution to deliver when your ideal client is searching online. So Google's job is to deliver the best solution when somebody is looking to solve a problem. That's what you want. You want to be the best solution that comes up when your ideal client is searching. And copywriting, how it helps you get paid more. So position yourself as an authority with copy that communicates the value you offer when prospects are working with you. So typically what happens is when you're working with a client one-on-one, you're working with them, you're offering all this value. Like maybe you're exceptional at design. Maybe you're exceptional at project management. Maybe, there's so many different ways that you could be exceptional. Maybe you're exceptional at managing the team. Maybe your process is exceptional. Maybe you have access to, a lot of furnishings that other people don't, telling that story, communicating all that value is super important, because what typically happens is you're communicating it when you're working with a client one-on-one, but you're not communicating it in your online marketing. So we want to help you get paid more by communicating it online. So copywriting and your unique story. So what's unique about your services? What is the value you're offering that is unique? I always like to call it your superpower. Like, what is your superpower? What sets you apart? Who is your ideal client? What are the size of projects? What is the project investment? Not that you need to like put the actual investment on the website, but like one of our clients did super, super high end, like millionaire, billionaire type of projects, right? Really unique to her. And just by using one of her pictures and messaging that was a really beautiful custom high-end bathroom, right? You get to that page, to the homepage, and you see that website banner and you know exactly if you're a good fit for her or not. The design style. There's so many different styles. What is your story? What do you offer? Social proof. Social proof could be Google reviews. That's definitely social proof. How do you prove, or a large Instagram following? How do you prove that do you have social proof that says, hey, I'm better than my competitors? Copywriting and your unique story, so telling about you and your business. So that information is still super important. You just don't want to start with that. And then the locations you're servicing. Where, if I just look online, if I find you on Google Maps, I can see the location to make sure that you're in the area that I am. But we need to make sure that we're communicating that. And this is also a way to disqualify clients that are not a good fit. So think about like qualifying people that are your ideal client, also disqualifying people that you don't want to waste your time with, like talking with. So it can go both ways. The copywriting and telling your unique story can help both ends of that sales process. So logo and website design, step 3. So some of the biggest mistakes: having a brand and design that doesn't reflect the quality of your work. And I know I had a meeting with somebody and they were an interior designer, did beautiful work. She was telling me her website was super messy and looked like she was doing it as a hobby. she said, like, she believed that it didn't matter. Her website design didn't matter because once they see her work, they would sign up with her and move forward with her. Well, as you can see, like, they probably won't even get to looking at our work, because if they open up our website, it looks like she's doing it as a hobby. And it's super messy and doesn't look professional. They're going to count 1, 2, 3, and they're going to close that tab and move on to somebody who looks more professional and has better messaging and has, you know, a better online brand. So make sure that it does reflect the quality of your work. So what I want is, if I was standing in the room, like, of one of your projects, and the feeling that I would get, like, wow, I love this. This is just totally beautiful. This is exactly like a good fit for me, the look and feel. That's how I also want them to feel about your online brand. I want them to have that same feeling. How it helps you attract your ideal client. Create a website design or Instagram page that gives prospects the same emotional response or gut feeling that your work does. That's what I was just talking about. So that same emotional response. And getting found online, how your logo and website design can help you get found online. So design a website that grabs your ideal client's interest, encourages them to take that next step. So having that professional online brand that reflects your work is going to get people interested, and also with the right messaging, get them to take that next step. How it can help you get paid more. So create a professional brand that builds trust and positions your business as an authority. Now let's look at some samples so you really understand what I'm talking about. So this is the same client. This is Holly's website. This is her before. This is her after, right? So if you were a client searching online, you pulled up both these websites, which business would you want to hire? Would you hire this one, or would you hire this one? Absolutely. You would go 1, 2, 3 and close this tab. You would look further into the inside pages, scroll down. You absolutely would spend more time on this site. You would also like be more apt to hire this company versus this company. Here's another one. Like, if you came and you open up this website versus this one, which company, this is the same company, it's Jana at Bowerbird Interiors, which company would you assume charges more? Absolutely this one versus this one, right? So that's what I mean by perceived value. She is offering the clients this exact same value here as here, right? It's the same work. It's the same process. It's the same deliverable. But the perceived value of, like, when somebody is looking at her online here versus here, this, they're going to trust this company more. They're going to assume to pay this company more. They're going to hire this company versus this company. This company looks like she's in business doing it as a hobby versus this one being more professional. Here's another one. Which business would you trust? This is Tana. This is before, and this is after. Absolutely, like, you would trust this company more, you know, than this one. You would be willing to pay this company more, you know, you would probably go 1, 2, 3, close this tab and, work on contacting this one, looking further at their work. SEO. So step 4, SEO. Some of the biggest mistakes for SEO, not programming your keywords correctly into your website. I can't tell you how many people I have contact me and they say, oh, I've just launched a new website and now I want to do SEO. Okay, that's totally backwards. Need to do strategy, pick out the SEO, the keywords that you're going to be targeting, write your copy based on the keywords, and then program the keywords into the website correctly. And then doing ongoing ad content, ongoing, using those keywords. Clients that we have doing that, we have one client this last year who her SEO rankings, traffic, went up 1,200% by doing that in the correct order. She's crazy busy and a lot of big projects. So it has to be done correctly. And I always feel super bad when somebody comes to me and they're like, I just launched a website and they didn't do any strategy. They didn't pick out the keywords. Now, the problem is now the website has to be completely reprogrammed to get the keywords in correctly. So it is so much easier to do it right the first time. So that's why that's on top of my list for the biggest mistake. The other one, not having a Google business profile. So Google business profile is super important. It's the only way you can get Google reviews. So, and you need to have a Google business profile to show up in the maps and to have those Google reviews. And the Google business profile can be optimized with those keywords. It's a huge help for SEO. SEO and attracting your ideal client. So program your website and optimize your content using keywords that are going to attract your ideal client. So that's, again, why strategy is so important, is, doing the strategy, figuring out who you're targeting, figuring out what services you're offering, what keywords are they using to search with, and then program those and optimize your content into your website, when it's being built from day one, not afterwards. How SEO helps you get found online. So optimize your Google business profile with content, photos, keywords, and reviews that will attract your ideal client. And how it helps you get paid more. Implement a monthly SEO strategy for significantly increasing leads, sales, projects, and revenue. Absolutely. If you possibly can, implement a monthly SEO strategy. And it has to be, there's a lot of different ways people do SEO. The best way is, like I said, doing the strategy, adding, selecting those keywords, having, with those keywords, using them when you're adding content to the website. So the content could be images, it could be copy, it could be blog content. There's a lot of ways to do SEO, ongoing after your site is live, without doing blog content. Actually, blog content is one strategy. Something I don't recommend. I don't recommend writing blog content if you don't have an SEO strategy in place. If you're spending all this energy writing blog content and you're not doing SEO correctly, then it's not going to help the blog get found. And it's a lot of time and investment, spent writing the content. Like, it doesn't make sense for me, like, for it to be done unless you're getting results from it. To get results, you have to be optimizing it and programming it for those keywords. Here's like SEO traffic, like how it builds over time. So SEO, there's a lot of factors to SEO, but it does, if you're adding content to your website over time, you can see how it goes up over time. And this is actually one of our clients who, here is when the website was launched. And then here is when she's working with us monthly on developing content, went way up, right? So this is important to have the foundation, and then adding content. And we have some clients that, adding content monthly, that's how you get the most momentum. Not everybody's, can do it monthly. So let's say, even quarterly would help. Let's say you just got photos taken of a new project and you want that added to your website. So when that's being added, it absolutely should be optimized, with your keywords in order to, start building up some SEO like traffic. Website programming. So step 5, website programming. Biggest mistakes: having a website that is hard to navigate and doesn't have an engaging call to action. So sounds funny, but you need to tell people what to do. Otherwise, they sometimes do nothing. So let them know, like, what you want them to do in order to get to that next step, to have a conversation with you. How website programming can help attract your ideal client. Program your website to create a positive user experience that builds trust with your ideal client. Website programming, get found online. Program your website to work on mobile that loads quickly and is hosted on a secure platform. So all those things are super important. I almost don't even mention mobile anymore because, it's been years now where everybody has needed to have a mobile website. That's an absolute given. The website also needs to load quickly. So if you're uploading, large files, then, that's going to slow down how it's loaded, and Google won't rank it well. People won't, spend time waiting. So they'll close the tab and not look at your website. So that's super important. It also needs to be hosted on a secure platform. So security has become more and more important. If a website gets hacked, with malware, it could be down for, a couple of months. Google definitely will blacklist your company for a couple of months. It's so important. Like, you might not want to pay extra for secure hosting. It's absolutely unnecessary. Like, if your site gets hacked, you could lose business. So that's how important it is to make sure that security is in place. More and more, more websites are getting hacked than ever. It's super important to running a professional business that you have security in place. And how website programming helps you get paid more. Make it easy for someone to have a conversation with you by integrating an online calendar into your website. So I'm a huge fan of online calendars, appointment reminder automations, make it super easy, look professional, get that people have a short attention span, they're super busy. We want to make it really easy for them to have a conversation with you. And some of the objections that I get from having an online calendar is, the loss of control. That is untrue. You absolutely have full control over when those meeting times are and when you want to be available. So let's go over all the steps again. Step 1, brand positioning strategy. 2, copywriting. We need to have more than just pictures of your work. Pictures of your professionally photographer, like photos of your work are super important, but we also need to have tell the story behind it. Otherwise, they don't know how much you did. They don't know how much value you offered. You have to tell that story. So that's where the copywriting comes in. The logo, website design need to have that professional look that's going to attract your ideal client, that's going to help you get paid more. SEO, we talked about how important that is, and certain strategies that need to be in place about programming it into your website, selecting the keywords and strategy. Then step 5, website programming. So many good takeaways there about making sure it's secure. And then ongoing marketing. So whether that is something that you can do monthly, every other month, once a quarter, at a minimum, I would say you need to be doing something once a quarter. If you're not doing anything, Google's gonna, your rankings online are gonna drop. You need to be doing something consistently. All right, thank you everybody so much for joining us here. Taylor is going to put a link to sign up for our audit. We offer a free brand website SEO audit, huge value. I spend at least a half an hour looking at your brand online, assessing it, putting together your audit. And then after you sign up for the audit, you'll be prompted to schedule a 30-minute appointment with me. In that meeting, I go over the audit. We look at your website, Instagram, Google business profile, SEO, content, how professional your brand is. We go over a lot of stuff to give you more clarity on what needs to change in order for you to get those ideal clients, get paid more, grow your business. All right. I'm gonna look here at the chat and see if anybody here has any additional questions. Denise, let me know if you have any questions. Marilyn, I know somebody else is here with an iPhone. I don't know who that is. Ashley, there's quite a few people here. Let me know your thoughts, what you've learned. If you have any questions. I hope this was very educational for you and gave you some insights into, what needs to be changed. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Marilyn. How about everybody else? Do you guys have questions? Ashley? Great. I'm glad this is helpful. Please let me know if anybody needs help. Sign up for one of those audits. It's huge value. All right. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. And feel free to join some of our other free webinars. We're always here to help educate you and help you get to that next level. All right. I think there's a couple other. Yep, Marilyn, we did an audit this week. So super excited. Got it. Got it. Well, Ashley, let us know if you need help with your website. We're happy to help. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your day and get a lot done this week. Okay.